Okay. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go into the G Drive. You're going to find the client master. And you're going to go to File, Make a Copy, and you're going to make the copy the client's name. Okay. And so we've done that. And, oops, sorry, I went to the wrong client. Here we go.
Do you want it to say Donna Keogh, like HBUM? Or just
Yeah.
Donna Keogh? Yeah, HBUM, okay.
HBUM, yeah, because if they've done other things, they'll have other documents in here.
Okay.
You're going to go to the top of the document and delete everything down to here. So if we go back to the master, you're going to obviously delete the step-by-step process. If they haven't arrived within 3 minutes, you're going to customize and send email 1. If they don't show at all, you're going to send email 2. If they show up, you're going to delete everything above here, and that will become this document right here. And so we put in hello, Christopher. And then what we want to do is we want to put the link to this document in it. So you're going to go to share. You're going to go to anyone. You'll only have to do this once. Anyone with the link is a viewer, and you're going to copy the link, and you're going to say done. And then you're going to post it where it's highlighted yellow. Use this link.
Oh, okay. So.
Okay. And you're going to paste that link into that location. Okay.
Okay. Just writing that down. The yellow highlight. Use this.
So step 2, review. Use this link is the document itself that you're sharing.
Okay. Step 2, review.
And so we're going to put their name. And their date of birth. Okay, and then all of a sudden, this becomes their document. Now, we know before the session that we can do some of his things. So his first divine assignment, he is female, feminine, egalitarian. So I want to delete the masculine. I've got everything set up for you. I want to delete the male and the masculine. Okay. And then he's egalitarian. So I want to take out taker, giver. I want to take out parent and child. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to know that how?
You're going to get this sheet, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute.
Okay.
Or I'll show you right now, actually. There is a drive called Soul Reveal Reading, Client Soul Reveal Reading Documents. You have access to all of this. So you would have just typed in his name, and you would see, oh, it's Grant. Christopher Grant Soul Healing Summary. And then you would get this document. So you would know all the information that you need to put into, and it would look like this. Oops, I got to share this tab instead. It would look like this. So you would know he's female, feminine, egalitarian. He's resentment, grief, and self-esteem. His throat is self. His solar is others. Now that document has changed a little bit, but what I want to do is come back up here And I want to change his name to Grant, not Ward.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
And I want to rename this document to Grant. Okay.
Yep.
And so we've done the 3 divine assignment pieces and now the 3 fear stories. So where it's bolded, you need to type in what his are. So he is resentment. Whoops, I want them in caps. He is resentment. Grief. And self-esteem. Okay, and now you have all of that already ready before he comes.
Okay.
I am going to, you know what? That's right. I am going to be giving you, well, we'll find out. We'll do it today. This isn't his. We're going to get to his right now. And this is the session that we're in now. We're getting his B4, his B5, and his love stories. That's what we're doing now. Okay. And so at the end of his session, let me just make sure that I've got everything. The Skills of Awareness document. Okay.
There's a link missing there.
The link back. Okay, so let's do this. We have that. Okay, so for some reason I don't have that in there. Yeah, so for some reason, I'm just going to go like this. And I'll have to fix that in the master too.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't been sending that, but I think it would be better for you if you did.
Okay.
And I will show you how to do that when we're done. Why didn't that translate? Oh, perfect. Okay. And at the end of Chris's stuff, I'll show you how to do all of this. Okay, so step number 1, you have a copy of their Discover Authentic Self document. Oh, and you have this presentation open. Okay, and
Yep.
you'll see how I use it today. You've connected to their energy, you've ground open, connected, protected, you've cleared any entities, and you've cleared your cards.
Yes.
And I need to add on here because I guess you have their document and the 2 pages, and the 1 page that you'll write on. Okay, so while we're doing this process, I have this document. You don't need to see it. I'll make sure you have it. I'm using this document to fill out the information. And then
Right.
I'm going to take a picture and attach this document.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you're going to handwrite it then, and then.
I'm going to handwrite this one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just take a picture with my camera. My camera's connected to my G drive. And so I just grab the picture and put it in this document.
Oh, okay.
And so if you go back to this document, Jesus, fuck. This is so.
Here's where my fun comes in. Anything that's stressful, I have to laugh a little.
Yeah,
As soon as you
good.
said laughing at funerals, I'm like, that's my job. But at the same
Okay.
time,
And so this is where you attach that document, the
okay.
handwritten document. And so on it, I'm putting the date, which is June 17th, 2024, and I'm putting his name, Christopher Grant. Okay. And so I have that available. I have my cards with me. My candle's going. I'm grounded, open, connected, protected. I'm ready to do this process when he arrives. I do not let them in. I do not let them in until it's exactly on the hour. We don't let them in early. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, yeah, I guess I'll get Jay to look at it. Okay, so I'm admitting Christopher.
Okay.
It is very likely you will never have met them because they did their first session with me. But the more intimately you become involved in the Human Being User Manual, the Facebook page, you're more likely to know who they are and more about them.
Okay.
Hi, Christopher. Welcome. And
Hello.
so we're going to do a false start so that I can introduce you guys, and then we're going to do what would have been the real start. So Donna, this is Christopher. Christopher, this is Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Donna
Hello.
is my very first ever practitioner program. She lives local to me, and she's one of my most favorite people on this planet. Donna, this is Christopher. Christopher has joined the team in partnership with me to make Self-Awareness Academy all that it's meant to be, and has very graciously allowed us to use him as our guinea pig in order to do his a Human Being User Manual, which he doesn't have. So this is genuinely his first experience at it. Okay, so do you guys want to say hello to each other and then we'll get started?
Hi.
Hello.
Okay.
Chuck. Thank you, Donna. I'm really looking forward to this. Ever since I've learned about it, having half of a map isn't so useful. So I'd love to know what the rest of all the buzz is about.
It's pretty impressive once you get in it. Once you see it all, hear it all, it'll surprise you when you least expect it, but it'll be the best surprise ever. So you'll learn a lot about yourself without knowing yourself. Then you'll get to know it.
Okay, so Christopher, you're going to get a little tiny bit of an odd experience because I'm going to explain things that I wouldn't normally have explained to the client and talking to you like you're not here. So please take that with all of the love it's intended. So Donna, you have invited Christopher into the group. you are meant to lead the way. So as soon as he gets in, you want to say, hello, Christopher, and welcome to your Human Being User Manual. I'm really excited to have you here. And I'm going to start with some administrative things. The first thing that you want to share with them is that you don't want to know anything about them while we're doing this process, but there will be time at the end to ask questions and share. And you're going to ask them if they would like the session recorded. Rarely does someone say no, but if they do, you want to explain to them that there will be important components. What I have been doing lately is just recording the explanation at the end for 3 reasons. It's a proprietary process. It's a little overwhelming to watch an hour's worth of something that you will create doubt in, and we'll explain that in a moment. But the people I have given the whole recording to have come back to me and said, oh, can I change this or this or this? No. The people that I just send the end of the recording to, I have never had them come back and ask if they can change their Human Being User Manual. So ideally, I would like to record at the end. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. So, Christopher, do you have a pen and a piece of paper handy?
I do.
Okay, perfect. Donna, we want them to have a pen and a piece of paper because they're going to do their last step with us. Christopher, you wouldn't know this, but I'm going to be documenting everything that happens, and you'll get this. You'll get this document as we go through. Okay, so Donna, I'm just going to go through the normal process. And then if you have any questions, jot them down and we will talk about it. Okay. All right. So Christopher, welcome to your Human Being User Manual. I am really excited to have you here. I was hoping that you would do this. Where we're going to start is first, we are going to channel the name of your trigger energy. And for this, I'm going to ask permission to come into your bioenergetic field. It's a very simple process. Your ankles and your knees will be unbound. So if they're crossed over one another, you'll just either sitting cross-legged or chair style with your legs open. And I'm going to ask permission to come into your bioenergetic field. When I do ask, I will ask of you to say yes when you're ready, but there is no rush. May I have permission to come into your bioenergetic field?
Yes.
Beautiful. Your eyes are closed. Your hands are palms facing up as though you'll receive something. And you're giving yourself permission to be present in the moment. As you close your eyes, you can take a deep, gentle inhalation and exhalation through the nose. As an energy worker, I'm asking Source to download the true frequency and vibration of the name of Christopher's trigger energy. I'm asking for the root of the habits and the beliefs. And Donna, not all I'm doing, but all I'm doing is better. I'm doing a BETR treatment.
Okay.
Beautiful. Christopher, with your eyes closed, I'm going to read to you the metaphysical, psychological definition of the trigger energy. This is your negative polarity. This is what you experience to learn. Its name is envy. Envy is an internal, unconscious mental program of thoughts that make you wish that you could just have what everyone else has, but you never seem to. Nothing ever seems to quite work out. There is always some sort of longing. Envy creates the belief that you do not deserve to have it all, and it's often accompanied by a lack of awareness, a lack of esteem, or a lack of abundance. It results in obvious but uncontrollable self-sabotage, including but not limited to procrastination, chronic worry, an inability or an obsession with being on time, stress eating, intimacy issues, or substance abuse. At an extreme, envy requires an external numbing of the body and the mind, a way to avoid, ignore, and escape that can lead to addiction, shopping, food, sex, alcohol, or drugs. Do you understand this definition called envy?
Yes.
With your permission, I'm going to reformat envy from being a rooted trauma into aligning it as your trigger energy, your negative polarity, a guide. May I have your permission to do so?
Yes, please.
Donna, I'm doing psychic surgery at throat and sacral because they are Christopher's self and other energies. So I'm just going to remove the energy of envy as a trauma from Christopher's throat chakra. And deprogram the energy of envy as a trauma from Christopher's sacral chakra. As an energy worker, I'm asking Source to download the true frequency and vibration of envy as a guide and a teacher, anchoring at throat, and sacral. Donna, I just do a quick check on the chakras to make sure that there was the energy shift. Beautiful. Christopher, I'll ask that you put one hand at throat and the opposite hand at sacral. And you speak these words out loud. I, Christopher,
I, Christopher,
give thanks
give thanks
for the shift of envy
for the shift of envy
as a guide and teacher.
as a guide and teacher.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.
And Christopher, I'm gifting this part to you, which I don't usually do. Alma. And Donna, I'll explain that later. Beautiful. There's no rush. When you're ready, you'll very gently open your eyes. Beautiful. What we're going to do next is going to allow envy to transition, to align to your power energy, and to guide you to your love stories, the way in which your power expresses. Envy as your trigger is what activates resentment, grief, and self-esteem. They are the expressions of envy. What we're going to do is play a game, mostly for ego's sake, but we're doing it by connecting to your deepest cellular memory. In my hand are 108 cards. These are single words that psychology, metaphysical psychology, and mysticism all agree that human beings carry these energies as expectations, as burdens, as evidence that they have to be, do, or have what a collective has created for them. What we're going to do today is we're going to dissolve this energy from your biofield. What I'd like to do is shift over to a shared screen, which I didn't do. And we're going to just go ahead and play this game. There's nothing for you to do but to breathe and to allow what is in your highest good. The first section that we're going to go through is asking a question: is this most valuable, moderately valuable, or least valuable? What I'm going to do is read to you a single word. What that word means to you is more important than the dictionary definition. But if you're not sure what it means, please ask for a definition. For example, questioning is the freedom to be able to ask questions: most valuable, moderately valuable, or least valuable to you.
So the word is questioning.
Questioning.
Most value.
Humor.
Moderately.
Independence.
Most.
Freedom.
Most.
Integrity.
Most.
Compassion.
Most value.
Creative expression.
Moderately.
Honor.
Moderately.
Autonomy.
Most value.
I'm going to interrupt for just one moment. Donna, I don't make eye contact with them ever because I do not want them to feel judged by their answer. It's important that they're in this alone. Most people close their eyes. Okay, sorry, and thank you for that interruption. Listening.
Moderately.
Honesty.
Most.
Kindness.
Most value.
Friendships.
Moderately value.
Adventure.
Moderate.
Beauty.
Most value.
Faith.
Moderately.
Innovation.
Moderately value.
Learning.
Most value.
Love.
Most value.
Confidence.
Moderately.
Forgiveness.
Most value.
Peacefulness.
Most value.
creativity,
Moderately valuable.
courage,
Moderately.
vision,
Moderately.
balance,
Most valuable.
vision,
Most valuable.
intellectual status,
Least value.
physical challenges, using your strength, speed, or agility to thrive,
Moderately.
friendliness,
Most valuable.
power and authority,
Least valuable.
congruence,
Moderately.
religion,
Least.
timeliness,
Moderately.
trust,
Most valuable.
responsibility,
Moderately.
tact,
Least value.
purposefulness,
Least value.
sharing,
Most valuable.
trustworthiness,
Most valuable.
challenging problems, the ability to troubleshoot and problem solve,
Moderately valuable.
relationships,
Most.
helping society,
Moderately.
justice,
Moderately.
humility,
Most valuable.
perseverance,
Most valuable.
thankfulness,
Most valuable.
assertiveness,
Least.
competence,
Moderately.
family,
Moderately.
recognition,
Least.
winning,
Least.
expansion,
Least valuable.
influence,
Moderately.
determination,
Most valuable.
excitement,
Moderately.
change and variety,
Moderately valuable.
detachment,
Moderately valuable.
community,
Most.
status,
Least.
coaching,
Moderate.
obedience,
Least.
respect,
Moderate.
in service,
Most valuable.
abundance,
Least valuable.
financial security,
Moderate.
helpfulness,
Moderately valuable.
generosity,
Most.
harmony,
Least.
stability,
Least.
competition,
Moderate.
fast pace,
Moderate.
people contact,
Moderately valuable.
thankfulness,
Most.
spirituality,
Moderate.
gentleness,
Moderate.
joyfulness,
Most valuable.
authenticity,
Most.
tranquility,
Moderate.
cleanliness,
Most valuable.
commitment,
Most.
promise keeping,
Most valuable.
self-discipline,
Moderate.
loyalty,
Moderate.
cooperation,
Least valuable.
Moral fulfillment.
Moderate.
Security.
Least.
Unity.
Most valuable.
Caring.
Most.
Truthfulness.
Most.
Understanding.
Least.
Courtesy.
Moderate.
Work and chores.
Moderate.
Precision.
Least.
Modesty.
Moderate.
Orderliness.
Least valuable.
Moderation.
Moderate.
Working with others.
Moderately valuable.
Flexibility.
Moderately valuable.
Knowledge.
Moderately valuable.
Excellence.
Least.
Patience.
Most valuable.
Teamwork.
Moderately valuable.
Tolerance.
Least valuable.
Beautiful. Bear with us for just a moment. Each one that he says that they say least or moderate to, as you place it down, you're cutting the cord of attachment that it's ever had on him. And then that pile is released. We just want the most pile. You need to read the client of what they need in that moment. Some people just need you to go, let you know that we've cut the cords to everything that was least. They are no longer an energetic intolerance or trauma attracting energy, and it can be that simple. Some people you can tell need you to do something. So very often I hit the cards together and I ask Source to make sure that each of these cords are cut, and then I check in with their biofield to make sure at crown, heart, and root that their biofield is accepting that these have been cut. If it's very rarely that they don't accept it, but if they do, I just do a chakra balancing on them. Okay, perfect. All right, and so back to Christopher. Christopher, these energies are your least and your moderate energies. They have no intellectual or emotional viability for you. They aren't meant to guide, teach, or heal you. They're part of the collective energy, and we've cut those cords from you. We've released them from your biofield. And then as I'm talking, I'm just checking crown, heart, root, and that's absolutely acceptable to Christopher's energy. So what we have now are what you called your most important. While these have and always will be important to you, we now need to know where they belong in your energy's influence. So we're going to go through that process one more time. And I'm going to ask you if it's yours. If it is, you'll say mine. It means that you own that as a core value. It's who you want to be, or it's who you are. But you're going to say others if it isn't yours. It's who you thought you had to be to survive, to feel loved or accepted. There's no rush. You're going to take your time, breathe through it, and you'll make your statement after I ask each question. And we'll get started. I am documenting a few things, so please forgive me if I'm not moving as quickly as before. Patience. Is that who you want to be, or it's who you were told you had to be?
Others.
Beautiful. Donna, we're writing down every one that he says is others, and I'll explain to both of you what that is in a moment. Truthfulness.
Mine.
caring,
Mine.
unity,
Others.
beautiful. This may not be something that you do, Donna, but when an energy gets stuck on him and you're not sure what he's going to do with it, and he says it's others, you can feel the release. I'm not sure if you felt that or not, but you can feel the, you know what, take this. You want to acknowledge that in some way. I say beautiful just because it's a very neutral word, but it gives ego permission to be like, oh, I'm getting what we're doing. We're getting rid of stuff. Okay. And then you write that down. Self-discipline,
Mine.
promise keeping,
Mine.
commitment,
Others.
cleanliness,
Mine.
beautiful, authenticity,
Mine.
joyfulness,
Mine.
thankfulness,
Mine.
generosity,
Mine.
service,
Mine.
community,
Others.
determination,
This is mine.
perseverance,
This is mine.
humility,
This is mine.
relationships,
This is not mine.
trustworthiness,
This is mine.
sharing,
This is mine.
trust,
This is mine.
friendliness,
This is mine.
vision,
This is not mine.
beautiful, balance,
This is mine.
peacefulness,
This is mine.
forgiveness,
This is mine.
love,
This is mine.
learning,
This is mine.
beauty,
This is not mine.
kindness,
This is mine.
honesty,
This is mine.
compassion,
This is mine.
integrity,
This is mine.
freedom,
This is mine.
questioning,
This is not mine.
beautiful, independence,
This is not mine.
beautiful. And Donna, we need to remember who we're talking to, because it's not the same spelling, and we spell American for Americans. It matters. Sometimes people get upset about it. Okay. In this particular case, we've also created 2 piles. We've done the same cord cutting as before, but these mean something. So we're not going through any process. We're going to talk him through what it means. So we'll pop over to the next screen and we'll talk about your trigger energy. A few moments ago, you learned that envy was your trigger energy. Would you like me to read it to you one more time, or do you think you understand it?
I would love to hear it again.
Okay. Envy is the opposite, cancel. Envy is an internal, unconscious mental program of thoughts, some of which we just cut the cords of, that have made you wish that you could just have what everyone else has, but you never seem to. Nothing seems to work out for you. There's always, oh, cancel that. Are you envy? Sorry, Christopher. My apologies. I'm going to start again if you don't mind. Envy is an internal, unconscious mental program of thoughts that make you wish that you could just have what everyone else has, but you never seem to. Nothing ever seems to work out for you. There's always some sort of longing. Envy creates the belief that you do not deserve to have it all. It's often accompanied by a lack of awareness, a lack of esteem, and a lack of abundance, resulting in obvious but uncontrollable self-sabotage, including but not limited to procrastination, chronic worry, the inability or the obsession with being on time, stress eating, intimacy issues, and substance abuse. At an extreme, envy often requires external numbing of the body and the mind as a way to avoid, ignore, or escape that can lead to addiction, shopping, food, sex, alcohol, or drugs. Envy is what triggers you into an opportunity to learn. What we've just discovered and have listed are the ways in which envy is triggered to express as your fear stories. When you, I need to go to the next slide. I don't know why I'm not doing so good tonight. What we've just learned from a list that you've created is the expressions of this trigger called envy. These energies are now and they've always been important to you. When you decide that you're not being these things, envy is triggered, and I'll read them to you. Patience, unity, commitment, community, relationships, vision, beauty, questioning, independence. When you're judging others around you for not being these things, or you are being judged by others for not being these things, you go into a state of envy. Again, they're patience, unity, commitment, community, relationships, vision, beauty, questioning, independence. Do you have any questions, concerns, or ideas?
So I'm not sure I'm quite getting it.
Okay.
I totally get the trigger energy of envy that feels like that cut through me all the way of my whole life. So then those are you just read the things that I said were not mine. So how does that connect to the trigger of envy or the opportunity of envy?
Well, let's call them both the same thing at this point, because we've shifted the way this energy is going to affect you.
Okay.
So when you are influenced negatively by patience, unity, commitment, community, relationship, vision, beauty, questioning, and independence, you're going to be triggered by envy. So for example, if let's use beauty. If,
Yeah.
for example, you think that someone or something or someplace isn't beautiful, you're in judgment of it, you're going to be triggered by envy. If you aren't acting independently, you're going to be triggered by envy. If people around you aren't being patient, you're going to be triggered by envy. This is going to then express as your fear stories. You're going to either go into resentment, grief, or self-esteem, depending on what that trigger has taken you out of alignment with. Are you out of alignment with your female mission energy of experiencing something, processing it, creating a way to deliver it and deliver it? Then you're going to be in resentment. If you're going too fast, doing too much, you're not present in the moment, then envy is going to become grief. You're going to go into a state of sadness. If you are out of alignment with your egalitarian, you're going to go into self-esteem. So for example, let's imagine that the community around you was filled with out of alignment taker and parent energy, and nothing was fair, equal, or just, community would be triggering you to go into envy. Patience would be triggering you to go into envy. These are the way in which you experience the world around you that triggers or activates your trigger energy,
Okay.
and therefore the expressions of your fear story. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you. It's going to take a little getting used to when I've got the concept.
Okay. Oh, and yes, it's going to be taking a little time to get used to. It's why this is such a life long learning opportunity. You are the lesson, you are the student, you are the teacher. Okay. So Donna, what we've done is taken that pile of the most, we've now released some of these, and we're keeping what's left over, and we're going one layer deeper. You've now gone 2 layers deep into these being very important to you. They're always going to be important, but now we want to be aware of the role that they're playing, the ability for you to align to your soul's energy and to the world around you. When I ask you if being, creating, or maintaining this core value is peaceful, you're going to say it's easy. But if being, creating, or maintaining it is challenging or overwhelming, you're going to call it hard. There is no judgment here. We're just simply talking about the way this is experienced. Every time you say easy, I'd like you to also write that word down. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Freedom. Is being, creating, or maintaining freedom easy or hard?
Hard.
So Donna, when he says hard, you're going to write it in the box called controllers. When he says easy, you're going to write it in the box called thrive energy. Integrity.
Easy.
And you're writing that down.
Mm-hmm.
Compassion.
Easy.
Writing that down. Honesty.
Hard.
Beautiful. Kindness.
Easy.
You're writing that down.
Hmm.
Learning.
Easy.
Love.
Easy.
Forgiveness.
Easy.
Peacefulness.
Easy.
Balance.
Hard.
You do not write that one down. Friendliness.
Easy.
You're writing that one down.
Yep.
Trust.
Hard.
Sharing.
Easy.
You're writing that down. Trustworthiness.
Hard.
Humility.
Hard.
Perseverance.
Easy.
You're writing that down. Determination.
Easy.
You're writing that down. Service.
Hard.
Generosity.
Easy.
Thankfulness.
Easy.
Joyfulness.
Easy.
Authenticity.
Hard.
Cleanliness.
Hard.
Promise keeping.
Hard.
Self-discipline.
Easy.
Truthfulness.
Easy.
Caring.
Easy.
Beautiful. Oops. I went too far, I think. Give me just a sec. I don't know how to get back. Okay. what we're going to do right now is we're going to take the words that you've written down and we're going to create something with them. The first thing we want to do is make sure that you and I have the same words. You should have 17 words written down in front of you.
Yep.
Perfect. On this list in front of you, these are called your Thrive energies. They're all the ways in which your soul thrives. Integrity, compassion, kindness, learning, love, forgiveness, peacefulness, friendliness, sharing, perseverance, determination, generosity, thankfulness, joyfulness, self-discipline, and truthfulness. One of those is your power energy. It's how you would describe your most perfect existence. It's who you want to be. It's what you came here to learn, to understand, and to experience. Which of those stands out most to you? What one word would you use to describe the highest vibration of you?
There's a few that hop off. There's a few that are synonyms. Do I just breathe into one? Is this that moment?
Yep, breathe into one and we'll go a step further.
Can you say again what the...
Yep. This is your power energy. It's what you chose to come to human being to experience. It's the opposite of envy. It's how you as spirit energy saw human beings' potential. It's one word that describes who you are in your most perfect, highest vibration, who you want to be.
I think I'm going to surface kindness.
If there is another word that isn't on this list that would describe exactly who you want to be, would it be any different than kindness?
No, I think this list, I don't think there's any words not on this list that would describe who I want to be.
Beautiful. Your power energy is kindness. This is your positive polarity. It's what you came here to experience, what you came here to learn, to be, and to have. And you chose envy as your trigger because it is the polar opposite of what kindness means to you. To be kind to yourself first and then to others. But we're going to go a step further. We're going to talk about the expression of your power energies, that which you came here to learn. These are your absolute truth. They're hard when we're not consciously aware that they are the ingredients that make our power energy true for us. Your power energy of kindness requires that you are honest. I'm going to just go, that require that you have freedom, honesty, balance, trust, trustworthiness, humility, service, authenticity, cleanliness, and promise keeping. This is your work on this planet. Keeping these in alignment and maintaining them is your spirit work. I'll go through them one more time. You will get this document. Freedom, honesty, balance, trust, trustworthiness, humility, service, authenticity, cleanliness, and promise keeping.
Yeah.
This is the work you do to truly learn kindness.
Mhm.
Does this make sense for you?
Yeah, completely.
We're going to go one step further. We're going to create how your power energy plays out. Just like your trigger energy expresses as fear stories created by your generational trauma, the expressions of your love story are how your soul is fueled. They're meant to nurture and guide you. They are the very last piece of the map. And on the page in front of you, there are 3 of them. We're going to go through them, and you're going to choose which 3 embody your love stories. 1 is your primary core value. It's the driving force, the guiding light that keeps you in alignment with your divine assignments of female, feminine, egalitarian, and bring out kindness as your primary perception. The second is your ego energy. It's how you best navigate the outside world and interact with others. And the third is your soul's energy. It's how you heal and nurture yourself. It's the gift that you give to your own self. Take a moment with that list and just find 3 that stand out to you.
Without knowing which is which.
Yep, just we'll play along with that later. All that you need to know is that those 3 stand out for you. There's no rush. When you have them, 3 or 4, we can play with them if you need to. Let me know what they are.
Well, they're the ones that were right there with kindness when I was listening to that selection.
Imagine that.
There was a little cluster. So integrity, compassion, and joyfulness.
Beautiful. Okay, so bear with me as I move through each of these pieces. Is your primary core value your overall driving force integrity, compassion, or joyfulness? Is your outside ego the way you best navigate the world around you? Is it integrity, compassion, or joyfulness? Is how you heal your soul's energy integrity, compassion, or joyfulness? Take a moment. Let's start with your primary core value. Which of those 3 is the driving force within you that aligns you to your divine assignment and to your power energy of kindness?
Compassion.
Beautiful. How do you best navigate the outside world and interact with others? Integrity or joyfulness?
Integrity.
Beautiful. And that leaves how you heal and nurture yourself.
Joyfulness.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What I'd like to do is take a moment to draw for you your human being user manual. Before I do that, I would just like you to take a look at that list in front of you, because this is how you heal and nurture yourself. This is the answer to every challenge you'll ever have, is to step into these Thrive energies, to embody those.
The 3 or the whole list?
The whole list is available to support you now and always. All right. I'm going to ask permission at this point, Donna, to record this part so that they have the explanation of everything that we've created.
Oh, I see why people might want to go back and change them. Because as I look at this list, I'm like, oh.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So I'm going to share my screen. Christopher, you chose this timeline. Oops, sorry. Donna, you can have this pre-created. I don't like to because I like to talk, but if it's not comfortable for you, you can pre-create this. So you chose Christopher's timeline on the divine assignment of female. This is your gender energy. It's literally how you create your reality. And it has a 4-part process. You experience something. You then process that experience for yourself. You create a way to shift that experience from information into wisdom. And you share your wisdom with the world. This is your gender energy. You are feminine energy. This is your true energy type. It's the way that you experience the world around you. I like to call it your true path. As feminine energy, your superpower is to slow things down. It's important that you're present in the moment. You need to feel things out before you think them through, or else you're going to create chaos. As female energy, it's not necessary to take risk in order to thrive. You are egalitarian. This is your navigation type. You are the equalizer.
Sorry,
You
are we supposed to
thrive.
be able to I'm sorry to interrupt, but are we supposed to be able to see something?
Oh, you guys can't see anything?
It just says that you've started sharing, but it doesn't show
Screen
us.
sharing is on a different.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay.
Does
Thank you.
that work now?
Yep. Thank you, Donna.
Okay. Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome.
Okay, sorry, now I need to find that screen. There we go. Okay. As an egalitarian, you're an equalizer. It's important that you have solitude and that you surround yourself in groups that are odd in number so that you're always that balancing influence. Your purpose on this planet is to create and maintain fairness, equality, and justice. We each come to this space and time as our true self. Sorry, something's happened on my screen. Imagine that your true self chose this space and time knowing everything and still choosing to come here. I call this your B5 or your power energy. and your B4, your trigger energy. They are the shadow and the light components of yourself. Your trigger is your negative polarity, and it's how we learn. Your power is your positive polarity, and it's what you're here to learn. When your negative polarity expresses, it does so as your generational trauma. When your power energy expresses, it does so as your love stories. This is your unique to you human being user manual. And let me put it into perspective. When you are in alignment with your first divine assignment of female energy, you're going to experience the world from a position of compassion. When you're not in alignment, you're going to experience resentment. When you're not in alignment with your second divine assignment, you're going to experience your reality as sadness and grief. But when you are in alignment, you're going to experience from a place of integrity.
Yeah.
When you're in alignment with egalitarian energy, you're going to experience from a place of joyfulness. But when you're not, you're going to experience from a state of self-esteem or lack of self-esteem. This is how your negative polarity or your shadow work presents itself. And this is how being in alignment with your divine assignment presents itself. The unique piece of this is you can't be in your power energy. Oops, I didn't write those down. You cannot be in your power energy of kindness or in your trigger energy of envy. You can't be in alignment with compassion if you're in a state of resentment. These are your polar opposites.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be in a state of integrity and in grief at the same time. You cannot be in a state of joyfulness and lack of esteem. This is your unique to you human being user manual. Our next step, which will unlock in your container today, is to do an exercise called Scale of Awareness.
Okay.
Stay here at least a week, 2, 3 at max. After 3 weeks, you're just avoiding doing this work. Your scale of awareness is going to teach you how to use this map in everyday situations. Do you have any questions, concerns, or ideas?
I'm ready to go understand this.
Does anything here seem like this is not a message from your soul?
No, it didn't know it all is a message from my soul. Yeah, I don't understand it all because they've been hidden for so long. Like how
Yeah.
grief and integrity are polar opposites is a little
Mhm.
bit of a mystery, and I'd love to
Mhm.
go find that. I don't need an explanation of that. Some of them felt like, oh, clearly, and others are like, huh,
Oh.
wonder about that, you know.
I don't normally share this. It's as much for Donna's benefit as it is yours. But when you go into the scales of awareness, what you're learning is how kindness is created by the combination of joyfulness, integrity, and compassion working in alignment, where envy is resentment, grief, self-esteem working against your divine assignment. And so as we move through these, I want you to not skip right from grief to integrity. I want you to play with grief is created by envy. It steals your kindness. And to take your power back, you have to step into integrity.
Right.
And so there are likely many ways that grief has used you or that you have used grief to justify a lack of integrity in the past.
Yeah. Could that be the opposite? Could that be avoidance of grief?
Yes, 100%. Yes,
It
it could
feels a
be.
little more because,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, Christopher, thank you for doing this. We greatly appreciate it. You're welcome to stay, but the rest is just going to be admin. What's going to happen later today, and we do say this to them, Donna, what's going to happen later today within the next 24 hours is you're going to get a long email that will have this video, an image of the visual you see in front of you, and a document that I've created for you. The new modules in your container will unlock, and there's one more thing. Oh, thank you. And you will be invited to join us on a weekly coaching call Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this call is available to you. Well, to other people, we're going to say this call is available for the next 18 weeks, but it's always going to be available to you guys.
Sure.
Okay. Do you have any questions, concerns, or ideas? Anything that you need from us today that you don't feel like you've received?
No, I feel complete.
Okay. If that changes, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Thank you both.
Thank you for doing this. Are you okay that you did this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super, super, super. I'm curious though, how you can read in my biofield the first half of the map and then my negative polarity and not the positive polarity. Like why did that one come from me when everything else seemed to be magically
Yeah.
expected?
Because your soul is not respected, heard, or understood by your ego. And if I just gave you that information, it's different than you working it out yourself. And so in this process, we've realigned the relationship between your soul and ego. There's a mutual understanding and respect now that those two energies have, because ego feels like it did the work to uncover soul's purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I just tell you what it is, which we can do that. Like honestly, we can do that. It's not as awesome, and most people don't stick with it because somebody told them, they didn't do the work themselves. And so there's an embodiment of soul and ego in alignment, having revealed this information, that becomes something that is important. It's really important. Yeah. The first part, I more or less have to tell you because ego is not the least bit interested in
Right. Yeah. Oh
knowing
yeah.
in that.
Yeah. I've been spending 50 years avoiding this, so I'm good at it.
Right. And so it's a little bit of trickery. We've tricked ego into being the main character in unlocking and freeing soul.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But if we wanted to do like parlor tricky stuff, we could do someone's whole human being user manual probably in about 2.5, 3 hours.
Do you feel the alignment of some, like for me, of when I spoke my power energy? Did it feel accurate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you say something if it felt like way off?
I would not say anything necessarily, and this is good for Donna, thank you. I wouldn't necessarily say anything, but I would ask questions to route you somewhere along the way. But so energetically, you were really nice to work with because some people like they don't say moderate or least to hardly anything. And so the pile that we have to work with becomes very challenging at the end for me to still communicate with you, but to go through each word and be like, okay, is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? So for this example, it was really nice because you had a nice, small, compact group of energies that resonated with you. There were two in particular that I felt soul would have preferred they landed in trigger, but they landed in controller, so that makes total sense to me.
For me.
Yeah, for you.
Which two?
Trust and balance.
Uh-huh. Yeah, balance. I changed my
Tune.
Yeah, did I go to a least with that?
You you called it others. Or sorry, I thought you were going to call it others. I felt like you were going to call it others, but you kept it and you called it hard.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so in that moment, if I wasn't minding my own business, which I've spent many years doing, I could have said something when you said balance. I could have said, are you sure? But
Right.
that's influencing you, and it's going to land exactly where it needs to land. And the reason that we don't tell you anything about this process is ego doesn't know what we're doing. And so it's fully engaged because it's like, oh yeah, I'm telling you where to put those. But it doesn't know what putting them there means.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I could have put nothing into least at all, and I had to tell myself this is relative to each other. Like relative to the other words, not on an absolute scale, because if it was least is 0 and most is 100, I wouldn't have given anything a 0 because they all sound like virtues.
Yeah. And so the secret of this is, and Donna, this is important for you, is psychology has proven that human beings have a very difficult time choosing between yes and no. But if you give them a maybe, it's still a no because it's not a yes, but they didn't have to sacrifice anything. So I actually only care about the most. The least and the moderate went in the same pile and got the cords cut every time you said them. But it gives you a place to say, okay, well, it's not least important, but it is not most important, so it needs to go into moderate.
Got it. Yeah. And after about 15 or 20 of them, I was realizing I could go the whole way and only use most and moderate.
Right.
But I literally could have done, and I was like, I got to fill in the other pile with something. So I was kind of looking for things to put into least.
Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. And the reality of it is is that because we're in this energy, which we call Hanshaze Shonen, where there's no space and time, as soon as you're not connected to it, it doesn't matter what it was. It's released from the influence of your biofield.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I was also answering, you didn't say, so I was answering from who I am today was who I was answering in balance. That you brought that up. That was my first metaphysical lesson. As soon as I learned, like back in my 20s, that I'm a Libra,
right.
I was like, oh, that's why I have a drive towards balance. So balance has been like, it was like one of my earliest lessons that I have a natural tendency towards trying to create balance. So today I was like, that ain't mine. Like, that's a should. That's a should. Like, forget about it. Like, who cares? Like, fire doesn't care about balance, it just burns.
That's right. Yeah. Right. And so when I said balance, so for me, and Donna, you're going to figure out what it is for you. When it is the correct soul answer, it kind of pulls me forward. When ego's playing with it, it pushes me back. And so when you said balance, I moved back a bit, and then you said to keep it, and I was like, okay, we'll see where that goes. And then it went into controllers, which is what you're here to learn, which is how, kindness is going to be created by you finding balance.
Right.
Yeah. So cool. So cool. All right. Do you have anything you need from us today?
No, I could keep talking for hours, and I know this is a session for Donna, so I'll leave you.
Okay. I'm going to get Jay to edit out the lesson stuff and get you your video. So you likely won't have it. You won't have it tonight. You might not have it tomorrow, but you'll definitely have it this week.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Thank you
All
both.
right. Have a good night. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Take care.
Thank you, Donna. Bye for now.
Bye.
See you. Okay. So you have the option of not doing that drawing.
I don't mind it.
Okay, cool. And so what I do is I take a picture of my screen, because it doesn't have to be great. I take a picture of my screen, and I take a picture of the document that I've filled out.
Okay.
Okay. And on the back of it, you might recognize this from your own, I do the 3 boxes back there as well.
Yes.
So I'm going to take a picture of this. And so these are the documents that I'm going to send to him in this. So share the screen. I want to go to the Christopher Grant HBUM. Do you see anything there?
Yeah, I do now. Yeah.
Okay. So here I'm attaching their DAS document. Okay. And that's what that is. And the link to the video, you're going to go, honestly, I don't want to send them videos anymore.
Okay.
Except that we are explaining their human being user manual. Okay, so
what if could I maybe make a suggestion? Yeah. What if the video that you want to use to explain to them is on the portal that they can see, but you don't have to send it in each individual HBUM document?
They do have that, so that's a very good point.
So you can make reference to it rather than.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Let me just write that down. It's the only challenge with that is it's really nice for them to see how their own, but the whole scale of awareness is about that. But it's a drawing too. So yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. We're going to take that out. Okay. Okay. All right. Now,
But
I'm
you
going-
still want them recorded for us, right?
no, I don't need it recorded.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I don't
I-
need it recorded at all. So we're gonna go down here and we're gonna put in his trigger and his power. So his trigger is envy.
Okay. So you grabbed his trigger from Hanchaze Shoden in his energy. You didn't
Yeah, and
know that if
and
he
I-
had it.
no, I didn't know that. And I just used our cards. And so you're literally just asking Source to tell you the name of the true name of his trigger energy, and you're just getting it from here. Just like you
Okay.
would a better treatment.
Just because at
And-
the beginning, I don't know that I will immediately know the answer, that's all.
Okay, so if at the beginning you want me to give that to you, like beforehand, I can do that, no problem.
Okay, because I'm wondering if you give it to me, but perhaps I can try and just see, and maybe I won't look at it until I figure it out and then see if I can get it.
Yeah,
Or I could just
okay.
try it on, like, maybe.
But I also know that, like, when you're in the session, it just happens.
Yeah,
Like
I'd like to
just
think
happens.
that it will. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be just an organic type of thing.
Exactly. So we're giving him envy and kindness, which is funny because his wife is kindness, power, energy too.
That's wild.
I didn't want to tell him because I don't think
No.
she shared that with him yet. I was like, oh my God, that's going to be so cool. So he is, I don't know why that didn't bold. He is compassion.
Okay.
He is
Integrity.
integrity. And
Joyful.
joyful.
I like him. He's very nice.
Yeah, you're going to love him. He's really great.
Yeah.
And so that is basically his document. Okay.
Okay.
And so what we want to do is we want to take from the bottom to the top, and we want to cut it out. And so all this document should be now is his human being user manual.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to go to email.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do Christopher. You'll probably have to type it in. And we're going to say your human being user manual is ready.
Okay.
And we're going to paste it. And so the email is done. Okay.
Just a weird thing, but you say peace profound, which is great. It's an amazing
Yep.
way to say it. Is there something that you want me to use
Whatever.
in my emails? Like I mean, I don't want to put best regards. That doesn't make any sense in it from a spiritual type of thing.
No, whatever feels good to you. Whatever feels good for you.
Okay. I think namaste is overdone.
Yeah. I love peace profound. I love it.
Yeah, I just don't want to steal it from you. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I don't care. I don't feel it's being stolen at all.
Okay, well then maybe I will use that for consistency. So if they see something from you, it's peace profound. If they see it from me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm probably going to make this more simplified.
Yep.
So I'll be changing the master. But anyway, this gives him everything he needs. He's getting the live coaching call. He's getting access to the online. His document is there. And they're not going to be ready yet, but I will attach, whoops, cancel. I will attach the two pictures. I need to go and edit them. let's see if I can just edit them. Okay. Okay, let me just. Sorry, this is taking a little longer than I thought. I just need programs. There you are, programs.
I'm not in a hurry. It's okay.
Do you have any questions, concerns, ideas?
I like the
Okay,
way it flows. Like I thought it was good. I think it's simplified enough that somebody coming in that doesn't really know a lot about this isn't going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I like the, sort of taking ego off guard, which is good. And you're right, never to give them too much and not to premise it with anything. My really only my question is, Jay had said something about you were getting a Zoom license.
yes, I meet with them tomorrow at 2.
Okay. Just this week anyway, I have to go into Toronto. I know I'm saying it with disgust, but I have to go downtown Toronto on Thursday, and it's going to be 34 degrees before the
Oh,
humidity.
Jesus. That's
So
crazy.
yeah, so I'm trying to figure out whether I'm going to drive myself there or take the train. And I honestly, I don't even, it's because I don't want to go that I don't even want to know the best way to get there,
Yeah.
but I do want to know. It's just my
You don't
ego.
want to drive?
No, I don't. I find driving downtown Toronto sends me into my trigger energy of it's rejection, but it's I have a fear of being stuck, I guess, lately. And when I get stuck in traffic, it's like a PTSD type of thing,
Fair.
and it
Fair.
bothers me. But if I can get to the 407, then I can just zip across. It's the best money you can ever spend.
It
Anyways,
really is the best money you could ever spend.
and maybe it is my child energy where I'm not getting my way, so I'm turning into a sucky baby. That was the best thing you ever said today. I started howling when you said that. But it was very true.
Okay, so are you on the page where you can see my email?
Yeah, I can see you moving your mouse. You just updated a word called attached. So.
Perfect. And so at the bottom of this email are the 2 pictures that I took.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you just attached them there.
Yep. And so you need to blind copy Jay.
Okay. So
that he activates their human being user manual.
Right. I like Jay. He's very nice.
He is so amazing. You know what? The team I have put together is the most amazing people I have ever experienced in my life. You're going to love it. Have you met Julia yet?
No, but I like her style on, like, I say it with love, but when I used to get all this stuff from before from the other people, it used to feel pushed on me like a sales pitch every time. Julia is excited about what she's putting there, and she makes me happy.
She is so happy. She's such and she graduated the practitioners program this year.
Oh, good. It's nice. Like I don't get to meet a lot of them because then a lot of them don't come to the call. Now, when did Rhonda become a practitioner?
Just last week.
Okay. I felt an immediate connection with her before I even found out she was a pharmacist. there's
Yeah.
some reason I'm supposed to know her in my life. So
She is really, really an awesome person. Yeah.
yeah, she seems like me, where she's an extroverted introvert. Where when
Yes, an
she has to,
extroverted
she can
introvert.
speak up and command, yeah. But most of the time, she'd rather just like, stay quiet. So I'm excited about this, though. This is again, your path and my path will, just because they were two different paths, neither one of us were ready till now anyway.
Oh, 100%. And
Yeah.
to be honest, which I never would have been with you at the time, I didn't want to tell you that I wanted to give it all up and become a Buddhist monk on some mountain and never return to the real world.
You did mention the last time I talked to you that your contemplation was, do I just keep going or do I just stop? But I think it's because of I think especially when you got the virus, I'm sure that your vengeance or something came full throttle and you were just like, F it, that's it, I'm so done, right? Like what
Yeah.
else could have happened to you in the last year that, if you chalked it up, everybody had their list of things that happened to them, but yours specifically to you, I could see
Yeah.
where it would drive you to say that. Because I
Yeah.
would have been very sad too. And because the first thing right out of the gate was almost not a personal thing, but because of what happened, I think that one sort of hit home, and it probably sets in motion a little bit of a spiral.
And it does for sure, because the energy of betrayal carried for the whole year, because I literally was abandoned as I went into school. Like I said, like I was just like, I'm going back to school. I'm going to need you to run the business. Yeah, that sounds great. I go and spend a shitload of money on tuition, and then she fucks off. But it was also exactly what had to happen. It was perfect. It was
Exactly.
perfect.
That's
Yeah.
like me moving here. Took me so long to purge all that stuff. But like,
Yeah.
honestly, I sleep well. Like I wake up because my bladder's a jerk, but
Yeah. Well,
but I don't
that's
go to bed. Yeah, I don't go to bed with this hanging over of like financial and all that stuff. Now that I have this house, and it's so much, like, I got this house for such an amazing price. I've already made $40,000 just moving in.
That's crazy,
Like,
eh?
there's no,
That's
yeah, just,
so good.
and then this will, now I don't know the contract that we had or whatever, or whether we should just do a new one. I don't know.
Yeah, we can take a look at it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, like I know that for the rest of this week, I don't think that I could start this week, but maybe whatever you're like I'm going away for the long weekend. So that's
Yep.
Friday and the Monday. But anyways, we can just still talk about it later. And you have
Yeah.
to get that Zoom license anyway, and we'd have to get some things.
Yeah, I'm doing that
I
on
also,
Tuesday, so we should be
pardon?
good. I'm doing that on Tuesday, so we should be good.
Okay, perfect. But we'll just keep in touch and figure it out. But I think I might have a few people that, so this was for the whole user manual now, right? There's no DAS anymore. This is
Correct.
all in. Okay.
It's
I might have one person that I could sell this to who's a millionaire.
Okay, well, if you do end up selling it to them, there's also a commission on that too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still
Okay.
trying to sell. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm done if you want to stop recording, but thank you.
Do you have any questions?
You know what? It makes really